Some people say rock and roll is of the devil, you know. Well, some people don't like rock and roll, so they think God doesn't like it either. But they say rock and roll is of the devil, you know, but they have been saying this for a long time. I mean, in the 50s, when I first began singing, people said, rock and roll is of the devil because it will make your children carry switchblade knives and combs in their pockets. And then they said in the 60s, rock and roll is of the devil. It will make your children take drugs and burn their draft cards and burn college campuses, you know. And then in the 70s, they said, rock and roll, it will make your children wear tight pants and do this. Yeah, and then in the 80s, they say, rock and roll, you know, if you play it backwards, the devil talks to you. And I know that this is something I saw on television, so it must be true. I saw a young boy who was 17 years old, and he was on a TV show with his father. His father, well, it was his father's TV show. His father owned the TV station. His father owned the satellite. And so this boy came on. He was 17 years old. He was an expert on many things. And rock and roll was just one of them. And he said if you play songs backwards like Led Zeppelin's Stairway to Heaven, then you can hear the devil talking. And so he played this record backwards, you know. And I didn't believe it until I heard with my own ears that he played this record backwards, and I heard. I was very afraid. He said, you know, that many records, if you play them backwards, you hear very disgusting things, you know. And he plays some things backwards, and then he says, I will tell you what they're saying. And he plays it backwards. And he said, see, Satan is God. That's what it says. Satan is God. You know. And, you know, and then he kept playing these things backwards, and he kept saying, listen to this. It's very disgusting. It's very horrible what you're hearing this group say. And you know, I was very worried for a long time. And then I thought, wait a minute. If you play some of those rock and roll records the right way forwards, the groups are saying disgusting things. Who cares what they're saying backwards? And there, on TV, I would sometimes see someone on the news, you know, it would be a preacher, and he would be saying, yes, sir, we had all of our young people bring their rock and roll albums to the church tonight, and we had them all thrown into a big fire. And you should have heard all the howling noises coming out of the fire. You know, I don't like to hear a preacher talking about the devil all the time. I want to hear a preacher talk about Jesus, you know. I mean, you throw records in the fire, maybe they make a noise. You know, logs do. You know, but I don't think it's demons. I don't think the sound of the records burning in the fire is demons, because I don't think the devil is going to say to all of the demons, your job is to go to earth and go down the streets all over the world and go into record stores and climb into albums. I mean, what if they got into the wrong albums? What if they got into some ABBA records? They could be there for years. So I just think people like certain kinds of music, you know? Like, my father never wanted me to listen to rock and roll. He said, rock and roll is crazy, it doesn't make any sense. Why don't you listen to some good music? So I listened to my father's music, you know. Fly me to the moon and let me play among the stars. Let me see what life is like on Jupiter and Mars. In other words, hold my hand. In other words, in other words, I love you. Yeah, fly me to the moon. Fly me to the moon and let me play among the stars. Let me see what life is like on Jupiter and Mars. Yeah, Dad, that makes a lot of sense. And my father said, well, okay, but rock, I don't like you to listen to rock and roll because it's only about one thing. It's only about romance. So I would listen to my father's music. I'm in the mood for love simply because you're near me, darling, but when you're near me, I'm in the mood for love. I'm in the mood for love simply because you're near me. Darling, when you are near me, I'm in the mood for love. That guy had no self-control. And our parents, your parents, my parents, they used to listen to this kind of music all the time. It's no wonder there's so many of us. I want the people to know that he saved my soul, but I still like to listen to the radio. They say rock and roll is wrong, we'll give you one more chance. I say I feel so good, I'm gonna get up and dance. I know what's right, I know what's wrong, I don't confuse it. Well, all I'm really trying to say is why should the devil have all the good music? I feel good every day, yeah. You know Jesus is rocking and rolling my blues away. They say to cut my hair, they're driving me insane. I grew it out long to make room for my brain. Sometimes people don't understand what's a good boy doing in a rock and roll band. Hey man, there's nothing wrong or evil or even communistic about blues licks. If you've got a scripture, show me to my face. Why should the devil have all the good music? There's nothing wrong with what I play. Ah! Jesus did the rock and he rolled my blues away. Yes, he did. All right. Oh, 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 I'm not knocking the hymns. Just give me a song that has a beat. I'm not knocking the hymns, I tell you. Just give me something that moves my feet. I don't like some of those funeral marches. I mean, well, I ain't dead yet. Yeah, well, Jesus told the truth. Jesus showed the way. There's one more thing I like to say. They nailed him to the cross and they laid him in the ground, but they should have known you can't keep a good man down. That's right, you can't keep the Lord down. You can bury him in the ground, he's gonna rise up in the morning. Well, all I'm really trying to say is why should the devil have all the good music? I've been filled with the Spirit, that's why I pray. I say Jesus did the rock and he rolled my blues. Jesus did the rock and he rolled my blues. Jesus did the rock and he wrote my blues away. Oh, wow, wow. Yeah, I saw the Rolling Stones. Yeah, I saw the Rolling Stones. Yeah, sometimes I see the Rolling Stones, I think maybe man did come from the animals.